The Minecraft Spear Guide. The spear is a new weapon in the Mounts of Mayhem drop that has two attacks, a melee attack called the jab attack and a charge attack that the damage done depends on how fast you are moving. This video will explain how to get the spear, how to use the spear, the enchantments for the spear, and how to repair it. How to get the spear. The spear is easy to get in the game as you can get it from killing mobs in the chest loot and can craft it. There are 7 types of spears: wooden, golden, stone, copper, iron, diamond, and netherite. Let's start with chest loot. There are 5 spots to find the spears. A stone spear can be found at 28.5% chance in the small ruins chest and 26.3% chance in the big ruins chest in underwater ruins. This is a structure that is found underwater and is basically a village for the drowned. A copper spear can be found at 30.6% chance in the weaponsmith's chest in the village. An iron spear can be found also in the weaponsmith's chest at 22.9% in the village. An iron spear can also be found at 16.7% in the buried treasure chest. You'll have to find a buried treasure map in the shipwreck to find the location of a buried treasure. You can find the diamond spear at 15.2% in the treasure chest in the Bastion Remnant treasure room. If you want to know more about finding a treasure room, I'll have a card on the top right. The last location to find a diamond spear is in the End City chest at 12.7% chance. The second way to get a spear is from mob loot. Now a bunch of mobs will spawn with the spear as a weapon. Zombies and husks now spawn with iron spears. This will be when a zombie is riding a zombie horseman. A husk will be riding a camel husk with a parched riding in the back. They can also spawn with the spears and not riding these mobs. One thing to note is that with the zombies and husks riding, they will only do a charge attack. So they will ride towards you, attack you, and circle back to attack again. Piglins and zombified piglins will now spawn holding golden spears. With all these mobs, they have an 8.5% chance to drop the spear when killed. This can be increased with the looting enchantment that has a maximum level of 3. At level 3 looting, the spear can drop 11.5% of the time. The last way to get the spear is through crafting. The crafting recipe is 2 sticks and a piece of material in this pattern in the crafting table. To get a netherite spear, you will need to get a netherite ingot and a netherite upgrade smithing template. If you want to know more about how to get the netherite upgrade, I'll have a card on the top right about finding it. But you just have to use a smithing table, place a diamond spear in there with a netherite ingot and a netherite upgrade to get the netherite spear. How to use the spear. There are some differences between the spear and other weapons. First is that it cannot perform a critical hit with the spear. A critical hit is when you do an attack that can be done by jumping up and hitting the target, increasing the amount of damage that can be seen with stars coming out of the target. The spear can't do critical hits. Next is that there is more of an attack reach with the spear. The sword and axe have a maximum reach of 3, meaning you can be 3 blocks away from the target and hit them. Spears can be 4.5 blocks away, so you have 1.5 more blocks of reach. Also, there is a minimum of 2 blocks attack reach, meaning that if you're within 2 blocks of a target, you can't attack them. You'll have to be between 2 to 4.5 blocks for the spear to work. Spears can attack through non-solid blocks like tall grass and cobwebs. When you attack with a spear, it will inflate the hitbox by 0.25 so you can hit multiple entities. With the spear, there are 2 attacks, the jab attack and a charge attack. What is the jab attack? The jab attack is a melee attack that can be done the same as hitting with a sword or an axe. The amount of damage done by the jab attack will depend on the material. For example, in Java, wood does 1 damage and netherite will do 5 damage. Bedrock is 2 to 6 damage. This is not as much as a sword that does 4 to 8 damage. The cooldown after you do a jab attack will depend on the material of the spear, with the lower tier having a shorter cooldown and the higher tier having a larger one. Wood will have a cooldown of 0.65 seconds and netherite is 1.15 seconds. During the cooldown, you can't perform another jab attack. The amount of damage a jab attack does can be increased with enchantments. How to use the charge attack. This is an attack that is done by holding the use button or right button and hitting the target. The faster the player is moving, the more damage that is done. This attack can be done while sprinting, riding a horse, or gliding with Elytra. The charge attack can be performed while still in cooldown with the jab attack. attack. You can also perform a charge attack when you're standing still and a mob is moving towards you. A charge attack can hit multiple entities, but there's a 0.5 second delay between each entity. The damage that is done with the charge attack is based on a multiplier. Wood does 0.7 times and netherite is up to 1.2 times. To give you an example, with a netherite spear, a player sprinting can do 7 damage, and with a Lytra and a firework boost, you can do 41 damage. Next, I should explain how long you can hold the charge attack. When you first hold the charge attack, your spear will be lowered into position. The first stage is called engaged. When you perform the charge attack at this stage, you can deal damage, inflict knockback, and dismount targets from the mount they are riding. The second stage is called tired. This is visible as the spear will start rotating sideways and shaking. This will only deal damage and knockback. The last stage is called disengaged. This is visible as you can see the spear is lower to the bottom of the screen. This attack will only deal damage. The duration you can hold these charge attacks will depend on the material. For wood, the engaged stage is 5 seconds and netherite is only 2.5 seconds. With the charge attack, if you want to dismount the target from their mount, you will need to start holding it a second or two before you hit the target and not keep holding the charge attack. Charge attacks can be cancelled at any moment. Also, the strength and weakness effects will have no effect on the amount of damage done. Enchantments for the spear. There are a total of 10 different enchantments for the spear, including a new enchantment called the Lunge Enchantment that can only be put on the spear. The spear has a good combination of enchantments that will increase the damage done. Let's start with the Lunge Enchantment, the only spear specific enchantment. The maximum level is 3. How it works is it will propel the player forward when you use it. The instant momentum boost of 0.458 blocks per level blocks per a tick. This means the higher the level, the quicker you will move. It will also use 1 hunger or saturation per level and 1 durability. This attack is best performed when you are mid-air. Ideally, you will look at the target, jump up, and hit the target. This attack won't work if your hunger level is below 5 points, you are riding a mount, gliding with a Lytra, or in water. The lunge won't work if you are doing the charge attack. Next is the Sharpness Enchantment. The maximum level is 5. This will increase the damage to all mobs that you attack. In Java Edition, it does 1 damage at the first level and an extra 0.5 for every other level. In Bedrock Edition, it is 1 extra damage for the first 3 levels, 2 damage for the 4th level, and 1 damage for the 5th level. Sharpness 5 would do 3 damage in Java Edition, and in Bedrock it does 6 damage. One thing to keep in mind is that Sharpness 5 cannot be enchanted on a spear through the enchanting table. The maximum level you can get is level 4. To get level 5 Sharpness, you will have to get it through the Librarian Villager with an enchanted book trade, chest loot, or by combining 2 Sharpness enchanted books or spears. Next is the Bane of Arthropods enchantment. The maximum level is 5. This deals damage to arthropod mobs like bees, cave spiders, endermites, silverfish, and spiders. It will do 2.5 damage per level, so that would be 12.5 damage at Bane of Arthropods 5. Next is the Smite Enchantment. The maximum level is 5. This will deal damage to undead mobs like the skeleton, drowned, phantom, zombie, husk, wither skeleton, zombified piglin, zombified nautilus, and the camel husk. This will deal 2.5 damage per level, so it can do 12.5 damage to undead mobs. Next is the Fire Aspect. The maximum level is 2. This will ignite mobs on fire for 4 seconds of burning per a level. This will deal 3 damage at level 1 and 7 damage at level 2. It will also give you cooked meat if the mob drops meat. Next is Knockback. The maximum level is 2. It will knock back the mob and basically move him backwards. This will give you 2.5 blocks per a level. So the knockback is interesting because the spear has an attack reach that is 2 to 4.5 blocks. You can attack a mob within 2 blocks, but you can hit mobs further away than other weapons. Knockback could keep pushing them backwards into the range where you can stand further away but still attack them with the spear. Next is the Looting Enchantment. The maximum level is 3. Looting will increase the possible drops when killing a mob. For common drops, this can be an extra chance of 1 per level, and with rare and equipment drops, there's a 1 percentage point increase per a level. The only other weapon that has the Looting Enchantment on it is the sword. Being able to have looting on your spear will make it more useful, especially in the early game when you need more items from killing mobs. Next is the Unbreaking Enchantment. The maximum level is 3. This possibly reduces the chance of durability being used when using the spear. When using the spear, normally it will use 1 durability. The durability is the same as other tools. For example, with a netherite spear, spear, you can have 2031 durability. The formula for Unbreaking is 100% divided by the level plus 1, meaning at level 1 there's a 50% chance, at level 2 is 66% chance, and level 3 is 75% chance of durability not being used. This will extend the durability of the spear by quite a lot. Next is the Mending Enchantment. It is only one level. This will restore the durability of the spear with experience orbs. It will restore 2 durability for every 1 experience orb. The spear will have to be in your hand or offhand for mending to work. If you have multiple pieces of armor or tools with mending, it will be chosen at random which one is restored. The Mending Enchantment is a treasure enchantment, so you cannot get it through the enchanting table. You will have to get it through fishing, chest loot, or librarian villagers with the enchanted book trade. The Mending Enchanted book will have to be placed on the spear using the anvil. Next is the Curse of Vanishing. The enchantment will cause the spear to disappear when you die. The Curse of Vanishing is a treasure enchantment, so you can only get it through the librarian villager trades, chest loot, and fishing. With curse enchantments, they will have red text when they are on an enchanted book. The only way to get a spear with the Curse of Vanishing on it is to place the enchanted book with an anvil on the spear. You can also not remove the Curse of Vanishing from the spear, even trying to use the grindstone that can be used to remove enchantments. The Incompatible Enchantments for the spear. There are only 3 enchantments that are incompatible with each other. These are the Sharpness, Smite, and Bane of Arthropod enchantments. You only can have one of these for the spear. It will come down to what mobs you want to do the most damage to. Sharpness will do damage to all mobs, Smite will do damage to undead mobs, or Bane of Arthropods to just arthropod mobs. In conclusion, the enchantments are pretty good for the spear. Having looting makes it better than other weapons as it will increase the drops. The spear doesn't do as much damage as the sword, but there are enchantments that will increase the amount of damage you can do. Plus, having the unique enchantments like the lunge that can only be used for this one weapon is always fun. How to repair the spear. The spear will have the same durability as other tools. Gold will have 32, wood will have 59, stone will have 131, copper 190, iron 250, diamond 1561, and netherite will have 2031 durability. The first way would be to use a block of the material in the anvil to restore 25% of the durability. Repairing it through the anvil will increase the prior work penalty, increasing the enchantment cost if you use it in the anvil again. 2 of the same type of spear can be combined in the anvil, and this will add the durability of both and give you a 6% bonus of durability. The best way to reduce the durability used or restore the durability would be through the enchantments. The Unbreaking Enchantments will reduce the durability used. At level 3 Unbreaking, there's a 75% chance of durability not being used. With the Mending Enchantment, this will restore 2 durability with an XP orb.